Welcome back.
Again, some of the other lads and I are looking at doing a gym competition of some sort, just internally, to motivate ourselves. Maybe we'll even fucking follow through this time.
Will they actually do it this
we
time?
should do. Because it deteriorated into just fucking body shaming each other in like 1 minute. There was
Is this in a different chat?
It was an old group chat reactivated. We were like,
as always.
Yeah. Busting them out.
Slander next.
We went from like, what's going to be the best way to do this? Do we want to train like, somebody suggested like squat, bench, deadlift, 100-meter sprint, and a beep test. And I'm like, look, in the 4-month timeline, you don't want to be training strength, power, and endurance. You'll get nowhere.
What if you do? All right. What if you did like, I don't know, one every 2 months or 3 months? You do one of each throughout the year. And you'd be like, all right, for this season we're doing this.
No, I don't want to do the beep test, man. You can't.
You're a pussy.
Yeah, sure, but
you should just do it.
Dude, I like mountain biking.
Yeah, that's fine. But you should just do something that's out of your comfort zone. It's a one-time thing. Who gives a shit?
The sprinting's out of my comfort zone. I haven't done any of the stuff in a long time. So like even the heavy strength work is going to be out of the comfort zone. I'm going to have to get back in condition for that. We're all going to have to, but yeah. So it went from like trying to discuss like the ins and outs of what we actually want to do to just like, you're fat and your girlfriend sucks and I hate you in like 1 minute. It was really funny.
Instead of actually trying to get this
deteriorated into just like crackhead insults immediately. It's good. We're going to stay motivated though, because now we all want to see the other one suffer and fail because of the words that have been said. Yeah.
Good.
It's good. Use hate for the power of good.
That's like something that's in like Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
You never seen that.
No.
You need to watch Karate Kid.
There are a lot of things I need to watch.
Yeah, true. Like me as well.
Have I seen Karate Kid?
He's just like...
I'm aware of the concept of the Cobra Kai series, yeah.
Yeah, the sequel series to it. And
Terry
Silver, probably the best villain ever. One of the best villains ever.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm going to teach you how to focus your hate. That's basically all of season 4. And yeah.
Good.
Pretty entertaining.
Good.
Because he's just...
Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Channel that hate.
It's going to be good. I know about the other boys. I don't want to say they've never been super into their strength work, but like I've certainly taken it the most seriously and made it, not really got good results ever, but I'm into reading literature and reading how to optimize stuff. And it's just, I've never decided to be disciplined enough to just sit down and like spend 4 months to do it. Trouble is working in the industry that I do, always around alcohol. It's tough to be like, no, I'm actually going to moderate for like months at a time. That's challenging because like there's beer festivals and stuff like that. There's work events. Like it is the craft. So I've never really found a motivating reason to go, well, not dry, but like really cut down for like a large extended period of time.
How can you when you're working in that industry though?
Yeah, you can, but like
you can, but it would be harder for you, right? When you're in a spot where you got to taste test and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't avoid that. That's part of it, but
yeah, that's right.
But it's also
you can't be super hard
the passion for the craft,
unless you just quit your job, which is
no. I can be super hard on myself. Watch me. So I've never really had the discipline to do that, and now I've been called Mr. Potato Head a bunch of times, even though I'm leaner than the guy that was saying it. So fuck that guy. I'm gonna drag him out into deep water and drown him, dude.
Just fight him, mate.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't think he knows what's coming. I don't think any of them know what are coming for them. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll do strength. We'll train for strength training. So best cumulative bench, deadlift, and squat.
Yeah.
That is a challenge in its own right. And then they're like, oh, and we'll do who can do the fastest 100-meter sprint.
So you did decide on something and one of them isn't your strength.
No, well, they also want to do endurance training too. But like, if you're going to seriously train for the beep test, you're going to be so gassed that you're not really going to get optimal results. Okay, if it was a 12-month thing, sure, you can do that. You can like stagger it and get all 3 variables up. But over 4 months, you can really only do at least strength and power a bit related, and they like play off each other. So, whereas if you're just like running every like 3-4 times a week as well as 3-4 sprint sessions a week, as well as heavy strength training, 3-4 sessions a week, there's not an amount of sleep you can get or an amount of food you can eat unless you want to live like a Navy SEAL. Like, there's not, if you want to have a life around that as well. And I'm already, like, I'm doing a bunch more than them already. And they're like, no, we'll do all 3. I'm like, fuck off, you'll do all 3. You guys could...
No, you should just say, yeah, go for it. And watch them wear themselves out.
Nah. One of the other guys is doing cardio training anyway, so he was like, oh yeah, we should... The beep test was his suggestion because he's been training for it for like 12 months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck off, dude. I'm not entering in a losing situation. Let's do heavy lifts.
Yeah, but isn't that a losing situation for them? Because you've been doing it for a while?
They think it's not a losing situation for them.
Oh.
Yeah. They're like, it's not even most improved.
Psychological manipulation.
If they want to play this game, we can play the game.
Yeah, true. You know what? Let it play out.
Yeah, and we're not even going for like most improved or anything. It's going for like, no, who can move the most mass? And I already have 10 kilos on them. I'm a bit taller, so like longer lever arms, it's harder to get more weight. So like an example, when I was at uni, one of the guys in my class was foot shorter than me.
Yeah.
It's like 5 foot, 5'2" sort of area. And he was benching. I was like, oh yeah, finally got up to 80 kilos for one as a 1 rep max for bench. And he's like, yeah, I do like sets of 8 of 80. We'd been like going to the gym the same amount of time, but he was just like, arms are so much shorter that like, yeah, there's the lever arms are so much shorter in physics terms. Yeah, it was just like repping this weight. I'm like, fuck.
You're hurting my feelings, man.
Dude, it did hurt my feelings. It still hurts my feelings now.
You just have to play to your strengths, man.
Yeah, my strengths are that they're all completely detrained. One of the guys has had like, we used to train together, and then he had like 2 years off. He's had 2 years off, so this will be him going back to it. The other guys the other 2 have never really done heavy strength training. One guy's like did 4 months of it last winter.
How many of you are there?
4.
How many did we have last time? Not that I was
A
involved.
bunch.
I think it was like 5.
I think it was like 5, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like diet and body composition.
And I don't think any of them...
This is just
really
move the numbers. Who can get the biggest number?
Yeah.
Who can get the biggest number without permanently injuring their shoulder or knee? I'm interested to see how it can go.
How long's it happening over? 4 months?
4 months.
Yeah. So June or something?
Yeah,
Or
I think
July?
it comes out around then. We haven't actually discussed the date. Yeah, I'm interested to see how I go because I know I can beat him. I'm still like motivated to do it to push myself, and like if the sprint training will make me do make me do something different, and that's putting me out my comfort zone. But that's also really good for you. And like with the amount of training, cut down the amount of beverages consumed
Outside of work.
Yeah. Or like if I'm gonna have a beer with mates, maybe just have one, or like I think no more than 3 is going to be the rule I'm going to try and go for. Although we'll see how that goes tonight, the family event.
Oh yeah.
Because once you've had that 3rd beer, your like inhibitions are down. You're like, yeah, just 4 can't hurt.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden at 7, you're like, shit. You feel like crap the next day, and you haven't recovered. And whereas like if I'm going to get in 4 months of solid strength training, just so I can like prove to myself that I could probably beat them and still drink as much as they do now. But that's not the point. You're meant to push yourself for this. I'm going to go to the gym early tomorrow morning.
It depends. Like,
I'm going to
if
set
you
the
take
bar.
it seriously, right? Whether or not, like, is it really a fair fight if they don't take it seriously? Like, are you really proving anything? It's like, oh, these guys just don't have the motivation for it. Like, you don't
We've
even have to
proved
prove
that
yourself
before.
anyway.
Lol.
I know. But you don't even have to prove yourself anymore. It's like, well, they never tried in the first place. Like, I'm already going to be in way better condition than they are.
Yeah,
Like, I don't even have to show off.
I wouldn't mind being leaner, so I could show off. That's like using my hatred of them. Love them to death, but using my
Yeah,
pure
that's right.
spite and hatred of them.
Your best
It'd be
friends,
good
the ones you
to
bully
use
the
that to
most.
push me. Yeah. It'd be fun to be leaner. I am leaner. I'm like really happy with
I know,
it.
you
I'm
want
like,
me to show you pictures of you when you weren't.
oh my god, no.
I was having a look through some old like content we used to make.
Oh my
I
god.
was like,
Please find
he's a
me.
different man.
I am a different man, and I've worked fucking.
He's just one man now, not 2.
Okay, surely I can't have been that fat.
Nah.
It was my shoulders
there were bigger
were
people than you, mate.
my shoulders were much further in, that's for sure. And I've only had
You
to
were squishy, mate.
yeah, for sure. I've only had to strength train for like 5 years, 6 years now, in order to actually look like a male at a distance, which is pretty sweet that I've been able to achieve that. But it could be better. And then the boys are out here calling me Mr. Potato Head, and I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna get fucking ruined.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, they're like,
That's good motivation. That's where you have to laugh at, like, yeah, we'll see in 4 months.
I should actually be able to move some numbers too, because I'm in much better shape. I've spent like the last six to 9 months. I can't remember exactly when I started doing it. Start doing like single leg training with kettlebells and mobility and shoulder work and real knees over toes guy type stuff. But training that stability and training single leg, isolateral, training isolaterally should give me better stability in the bigger compound stuff, which will allow me to do better. But yeah, I just need to get in condition for just like maxing out your central nervous system, just like holding on through the
Aside from the things you're good at, though, how are you going to train for the run?
I'm gonna
If
do
at all.
100-meter sprints 2-3 times
Every
a week.
so often. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because if you're going to compete at something, the best way to do it, anything supporting around it is ancillary. So like I'll keep doing a mountain biking session a week, because I actually enjoy that. But that used to be like sprints. My God, seeing like heart rate data when I first got back into it, I'm like, ooh, that's like max heart rate. It's like 180 immediately. Now it's not. It's like topping out like 150, 160. I'm like, oh, sweet. So it's
from sprinting.
No, from mountain biking.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'll do that sort of stuff around it. But if you're going to train to race 100-meter sprints, the only real way to improve at that optimally is to just do 100-meter sprints. Drill it over and over and over. Do it weighted if you can. I think that's why one of the boys wanted to do that, because he has a weight vest. He's like, oh yeah, we should do sprints. I'm like, all right, dude.
Like just
and then
the
I was
vest,
like,
or like on your ankles, or
just the vest.
yeah.
And then my next joke was like, you are the weight vest, mate. You need to fucking lay off the fucking sandwiches, bro.
Maybe you should run in sand.
Yeah, that's
Instead
good
of
too.
the weighted vest. Yeah,
I used to do
that would be good.
I used to do self-life saving when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Just do 100 meters in the sand,
Yeah.
and then when you actually on hard land, like, yeah, you'll feel the difference.
Yeah, it'd be good. But yeah, the strength training is what I'm super keen for, because I haven't done that big heavy stuff in a while. I'm excited. I'm gonna go into tomorrow, just the local gym here, and I'm gonna set the bar for the boys effectively, just like cold, like however detrained I am. It's like, well, this is where I am. I'm just gonna keep going up from here. You boys either better catch up. I'm pretty excited.
Is that pretty ego
I'll just set the
motivated?
bar. Oh yeah, but like
Just gonna flex on them.
I am gonna be in better shape at the end of this.
Okay.
I can flex on them now, and I will flex on them more. They'll be like, oh, but you're bigger than us. And I'm like, yeah, but you've got the advantage in the sprint, so I have like 10 extra kilos to carry of just like muscle and bone, let alone fat. Am I the leanest? Oh my God, no. Sorry, I forgot.
No.
One of the guys looks like a stick figure. He's just like, obviously
3D stick figure, yeah.
is blessed with his hunger mechanism.
Metabolism.
Well, yeah, it's not even metabolism. It's just like when you feel... I was watching a More Plates, More Dates video on this. It's not about... Metabolism is an effect, but the biggest thing is if you feel full prior to the calories that you need, you'll stop eating because you feel full. Whereas if you don't feel full after the calories that you need, you'll always overeat to feel full. That's how people... Yeah, some people struggle to get down in body fat from like the 15%.
Actually, speaking of that, sometimes I've thought about, like, when I've had a meal and I'm like, I could still eat more. Then I thought, like, should I though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I debate it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But maybe I just shouldn't, because it's like, well, I've had enough food here, and like, I'm not full, but I'm not hungry either.
Yeah.
And like, maybe I just want something sweet, you know. But I don't
Food
necessarily
is fun,
have to
though.
have that.
Yeah. Whereas like talking about guys that are like super lean, natural bodybuilders that are super lean because they're like, oh yeah, the people that are like, oh, all I eat is pizza and fucking It's all cheat meal type stuff. Everyone's like, how do they do this? They must be on steroids. Or no, it turns out if you like look at a day of their eating that they publish, they just eat fucking 2,000 calories, and they're like, yeah, I'm full. It's 2,000 calories of pizza, but they're still like a 500 calorie deficit. Well, not 500. I forget what the numbers were, but they're still in a deficit because they just feel full at the right time and they stay super lean. Yeah, I don't have that.
All times of the day.
Dude, yeah. Well, no, not all times of the day.
I thought you would have gotten a routine with like work and stuff. Like in terms of like when you eat and whatnot. But
well, it's less of a routine and it's more like trying to be a little bit more intuitive with it. If, to be fair, for everything that I say here, there's like a jelly bean jar at work. It's like the front of house staff have that. Dude, if I don't bring enough fruit to work, I'll just crush a fistful of jelly beans. Or 3. It's bad. Either I have enough and I'm like full, so I'll have like think bacon and eggs, think just like mince with cheese on it, like more leaning towards like Paul Saladino, animal based, but not quite. And then fruit and honey around that if I can. But if I haven't brought enough fruit or honey to work, and I just need and my body's crying out for carbs, I'll just have a fistful of jelly beans. And I'm still leaner. I'm still like doing things, but carbs are carbs. But if you start with that and you only eat those and you're just snacking all day, that's when you run into issues.
yeah.
But if I've just eaten like 400 grams of mince with some like salt and herbs on it, then I'm like, need some carbs too. Just like a handful of jelly beans. And then my body's like, better. Done. Thank you.
It's like people you see who like, they look like they barely eat, but it's because they're constantly eating throughout the day. And it's like, that's why they're so huge.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, it's a metabolic problem to just continually eat. I think it's more to not eat the good stuff too. Because
absolutely.
Start of last year, the way that I begun to get leaner from where I'd sort of plateaued, like the thing that I did was I started eating like an extra 1,000 calories of beef effectively. Just like half a kilo of mince.
What did you substitute out?
I didn't substitute out anything. Or maybe like a lunch.
Yeah.
Of like chicken pasta or something. Like leftovers from the night before. And I'd still like eat dinner with my partner and do all that normal stuff. But then it would just for lunch it'd be like 100 grams of protein, 1,000 calories. So it was like probably like 500 calories more than I was eating before. But because all of a sudden I was getting enough protein, getting enough fat, getting enough cholesterol, like my metabolism shifted and I held more muscle. And so I stayed the same weight, but noticeably leaned down over like the course of a couple months. And I was like, sweet. So the answer isn't to just restrict yourself. The answer is to eat the correct things and let your body decide when it's done. The second you put a beer in your system, the numbers change. Like the second you've like got lowered inhibitions, I'll crush a bag of M&Ms fucking unnecessarily. That's still a problem.
Yeah, I've noticed that with alcohol. It's just like, fuck, I just want to have some chips or something.
Yeah.
Like you just want to munch on
it's
something.
The chips that catch
and then
you.
you're like, fuck, I already finished that bag.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like I can't say no to another beer. I love beer. Like I'm a brewer. That's my job. But yeah, I'll be like, no, I'm not having any chips. No.
Sometimes that can be helpful, especially like you're late in the night, you've been drinking heaps, and then you just start snacking on food late at night. You know, you wake up, I don't feel so shit.
Yeah.
Because I have something in my stomach.
There's like some
to
potato
process the alcohol alongside.
Dilute the alcohol.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to metabolize every single gram of ethanol, but if the rate that it happens slows down, then yeah, you feel a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the trick was to eat more good stuff, not to eat less overall. And now I'm going to apply that and go even harder. Fucking drunk some raw eggs this morning.
Is that a first for you?
Yeah. It was
How many?
3. Start small. I didn't want to like go for 6 and have a bad experience
or something.
Yeah, and then throw it up. I'd rather throw up 3 eggs than 6. That's
yes. Okay.
It was a unique and horrifying texture, but it saved me about 20 minutes cooking, eating, cleaning time. So it's like, do you want viscerally feel raw eggs slide down your gullet, or do you want to spend 20 minutes and scrub a frying pan? Self-respect, convenient.
You could just get a good pan.
No, I have a good pan. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Just like crush 6 eggs in like 3 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be the way to go to get some extra protein and cholesterol in. Lol.
Do
No.
it. Come on.
What? Go for a run?
Yeah.
No.
Just do it.
I do enough.
Just go hard.
I like mountain bike. I love mountain biking.
Yeah, do that too.
Yeah, that's enough cardio for a big, strength, heavy week. I get one decent day of cardio, and that's basically a cool down day. And I want to go mountain biking. I'm not doing this running bullshit. I'm like, you should
then why are you
run.
participating?
Oh.
It's a one-time thing. You're only going to run for 4 months. No,
Maybe I
no
should.
issue.
No, but I'm not playing with cortisol like that. I'm gonna go for test maxing. So like the more running you do, like the more like steady state cardio you do, it like elevates cortisol to a large degree. All exercise does, but longer steady state cardio does the most because you're in that exercising state the most amount of time. And cortisol, if you're producing that, you can't produce as much sex steroid hormones like testosterone, like DHT, and then you're kind of like hampering your strength gains, and you're tiring yourself out, and you'll drive yourself to eat more with the cardio because it just like after a big run, you just like you could eat 1 million bowls of pasta. To be fair, it's same after strength training.
That's true. That's like when we used to go swimming, and I'd ride home, and then I'd also feel the same. Like, wow, I can't be satiated.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
couldn't.
There's no amount of food.
But also, you're a
can put
grown
in.
kid, so it doesn't really matter as much back
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting to go through like TDE and work out how many calories they should be aiming for. I'm not really good at tracking it, but it's a lot. Like recommended adult daily intake is like 2,200. With the amount of like work I do, pretty active job, train a bit, try and do lots of things. It's like all of a sudden it's like 2,900. 3,000. If I'm trying to put on weight, it begins to go up from there. I'm like, damn, I can't afford to eat that much. Well, I can, but it's like, yeah, no more beers out.
What's the
Just
average
gonna
for
be
a person?
schlonking
Just
raw
for everyone's
eggs.
context.
Yeah, the 2,200 is
Yeah.
the recommendation.
For males or just in general?
Just like human adults.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that goes up on the wall at McDonald's, so they can be like,
Yeah.
try not to
Like,
eat your entire
be
day's
healthy,
calories
but
at
also
lunch.
Come buy food from us.
Yeah. Average adult daily intake is.
I don't think
It's
many people-
average adult daily intake for, yeah. It's not a good way to do that. It's a pretty easy calculator to go and use. You can just bang in your like specs effectively, like height, weight, sex, and then work from there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like spits out a number. It's like, if you want to maintain your body weight, here's where you are. Anything above this, you'll gain weight. Anything below this, you'll lose weight. Takes a while to happen, but yeah. If you consistently overeat, you'll get fat or you'll get bigger. Whether you get fat or you just get bigger is a question. And then if you consistently undereat, you'll get smaller, etc. But like, yeah, lots and lots and lots of cardio for just the sake of it. I mean, it is good for you, but it's not good for having the most amount of muscle over a 4-month period. And I'm out here to get huge, drag them out into deep water and drown them. How many mannerisms do you pick up from people that like content that you watch regularly?
I think I pick up more mannerisms from the people that I hang around.
Yeah, I guess. Nah,
And
there's
sometimes I
definitely...
can't mind like new people like working and stuff. I just pick up mannerisms from that. I'm like, fuck, I'm just becoming like that, or at least like in the silly context, like something silly they say, and I just start saying it as well.
Yeah,
because it's just funny.
That we've gotten way too into Martin Cedar Pants as a friend group. Like, this is good. That's just stuck with us.
One of our mates gets really into that.
Yeah.
Not just his content in general. Like when he finds something he really likes, he like plays the video like 3 times in 3 different periods of the year and stuff like
when
that.
When we took that motorcycle trip up to Jerian Bay, we fucking watched that their trip to LA as like a get hype thing. Yeah, we just watched it on someone's phone because you couldn't cast the TV. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's a good video.
Yeah.
I showed my partner. Even she was like, yeah that's grass content. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, it's grass content. Dude, Martin Cedar Pants comes out with the bangers.
Our one mate likes to, like when he finds something hilarious, he just can't stop showing it. Like
he has
we haven't
all
seen
the frog faces in his phone loaded, ready to go, so he can react to
it's a phase.
Things in group chat.
It literally is a phase for him.
Yeah.
it's funny. But it gets to the point where it's like, all right, I think you should move to the next phase.
Yeah, probably did.
Going on about long enough, like it's losing its touch. Whereas if we revisit it in like a year, we'd be like, yeah, that's funny as hell.
Yeah. Oh, what was it that I just rewatched? I just went back through and started rewatching Internet Historian.
Oh yeah.
It was 6 months since I watched them all in like chronological order because somebody showed me the Costa Concordia and I was like, damn, this is fucking good content. And they're like, yeah, there's a bunch. I'm like, sick. So I just spent like the next 3 days just only watching that stuff. Yeah, I've just hit like it's been long enough that I'm like, yeah, I should watch those again. And so I'm just going through.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're
like
good videos. I got into Ordinary Things too.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I noticed myself talking a little bit like Chris X, and then when we're in that group situation, we're all talking shit. We definitely bust out the Martin Cedar pants. Like, it was good. It's a fun way to talk.
Yeah.
The boys woke up. This was a mistake. Also, he's Australian, so fuck yeah, go him. Dude, I'm going to physically recoil when we go back and watch all that old content. Oh my
Actually,
god.
speaking of old content, so what I did is I cleared up my 1 terabyte hard drive. I had it for about 10 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of porn, dude.
Now. I like cleared it up and just have a lot of our old content on there. So one time we can just all catch up, sit down in front of a TV, plug it in, and just start going through all this shit, even the stuff that was never uploaded.
That's got to be a video. That's like that's a Patreon job, I reckon. Yeah, it's going to be deeply traumatizing to go and relive that. Dude, imagine coming back to this in 5 years. It's going to be deeply traumatizing. Maybe we're still doing it.
Hey, we're getting better.
You got to have a fucking podcast too.
You got to be optimistic, dude.
I am optimistic.
You're pessimistic.
No. I'm optimistic as fuck. I'm a realist though about like things
good.
I can improve on. Where it's like, yeah that was shit. They were saying that like there is like 1 million podcasts in the world.
It's pretty popular now.
But like, I forget if it's like 50% or like a large fraction of them don't make it past 4 episodes. Because people like start it doesn't immediately get traction. They're
and
like,
they give up.
fuck this noise.
That's like people like trying to make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, they still want to make it. They just make another one because like, oh, that was shit. And they just, not necessarily forget about it, but they just give up on it. And it's like, nah, I want to start again until eventually it works. So I don't know. I've seen plenty of YouTubers where they've been like, yeah, this isn't even my first channel. This is like in my my 10th channel or whatever. Now I found the right pattern. I'm in the right groove.
Yeah, and some of that's playing the game with the algorithm and stuff like that. Like if you hear Mr. Beast talk about how to optimize like thumbnails and the amount of money he spends to just get a thumbnail right to maximize everything, it's like, whoa, it's a science, not an art. It's a science as much as it's an art, basically.
Yeah.
I don't have time to do that right now. We've still got day jobs, so I don't know. I like the podcast. We should do videos at some point, but I was almost considering being like, we should film this challenge, but then we've got to get you. We've got to get everyone involved, and it's like some of the guys are more peripheral in the friend group, so it's just gonna be easier if we just do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everyone's just detrained, and so it'll be good to poke them and make them get back in the gym. And if we do it for 4 months, hopefully that builds the habit and they keep going afterwards. So I've tricked them by calling them cunts to their faces, and they're getting healthier.
That's good though.
That's the way, dude. Bullying works. It keeps working in this friend group. Just fat shame someone and they lose like 15 kilos in 3 months. You're like, yeah. Don't you feel better? And they're like, yeah. That's those Costco 6-pack muffins where you can just like cram down 3 kilos of bread in a sitting.
Bloody hell.
Dude. They are... I don't know, I don't like them as much anymore because I'm anti-vegetable oil in any form, but before I knew that vegetable oils were bad and that's why my tummy hurt after fucking most meals, crush a Costco muffin.
I don't think I've ever had that where like I've had something like unhealthy and it's affected me.
You're used to it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I found. Like, that's just how food feels. But if you like go down to like carnivore or something similar, and then go back to just crushing a bag of potato chips, it'll feel like someone stabbed you in the stomach.
Revenge.
Your gut goes. Your gut goes real Princess and the Pea real fast.